And hello good people of the internet, it is I, Tommy Kelly. This is Adventures in Woo Woo, and welcome to another craggy beach. This is O'Meet. This is further north in Carlingford where we were last time we were on the beach. And it's very close to Northern Ireland. So that's you orientated. I was hoping to get a lovely view of the pier and the mountain that's way over there. It's amazing, you just have to trust me. Because of the direction of the sun, we could have had a wonderful view and I would have been completely in silhouette. And I feel I am the more important person here than the mountain or the pier or the wonderful scenery. So anyway, this week what we're doing is the monthly 47s one card divinations that I do for patrons, where they ask me a question, they ask the servants a question regarding something going on with their lives, and I interpret a card that I pull out of the deck. If you want in on that action, we do it every month, then you can go over to Patreon and links in the description and sign up. Not an awful lot of questions this month, so we should get straight into them. Jason, I set an angel to do a task a few weeks back. Is that progressing well, or does it need to be done again? Let's see. I get the cards out. This is 47th deck, for people who don't know. This is the new 5th year anniversary design on the back. Grimoire is coming soon, the second edition. Any day now. Okay, back to Jason. Is his work with the angel progressing, or does he need to do more on it? Okay. The balancer. So this would suggest to me that if it's been about balance, it's one of two things. That it could be that it's seen that no, everything is in balance, everything is the way it needs to be, or it seems to be more of a feeling to it to me than that there's something slightly out of balance with it, that it's not in balance. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting around it for some reason, that there needs to be something that has to be done to tip one side, that it's off kilter. It's just not, there's something just quite not right about it that you need to adjust. And that might be why things aren't working out quite so well, in that it's off to one side, whatever exactly that could mean to you. Saphira, it seems when something good happens, something not so good happens afterwards. Is there a servitor I could work with to stop this decade-long cycle? We talked about this notion, me and Spud, in a recent Tasta, which is Tommy and Spud Talks About, the podcast we do. Which incidentally, there's none this week or none next week because Spud's back horse whispering down the country in Poland. And it's one of the things that comes up in the Kabbalion and in loads of New Age kind of circles, I assume, from the Kabbalion, and where it talks about that when something good happens, something bad has to counter it, that it's the polarity of the pendulum swing kind of thing, where it's going that if more than just karma, that you do something bad and something bad will happen, it's that everything must have an equal but opposite reaction. And I don't believe that's true in any way whatsoever. The reason why I don't think it's true is because I believed it for long enough, and I had a kind of a thing around it where anything good that would happen to me would be taken away from me. It was definitely a shadow work thing, and it was something I was creating. And one thing I noticed about it was that the thing that seemed to be the agency of it, the thing that was able to do it, was only able to claim the bad thing happening after the good thing, after it had happened. It couldn't predict it, and it was me kind of making it happen, in a sense, or giving it the ability in hindsight to claim something. Anyway, you didn't ask me, but my suggestion there is, though, before we ask for the server that will help with it, is to just let go of that notion that it's true, because it's not true. And even if it was true, as a good chaos magician, you could let it go. Okay, there's two cards coming out here for us. We have the Mother and the Protector. Okay. There's a sense in this that you need to look after yourself a wee bit more and protect yourself from these type of things in the way that a mother would protect a child. There's this kind of self-protection around it that needs to be kind of looked at. Kind of a bit, I suppose, although I could be projecting a bit on what I was saying, in that to not allow yourself to have these kind of things. That if you were talking to a child, if you were explaining this to a child, would it seem rational? Would it seem like something that would be a legitimate thing, that you can't have anything good without something bad? Does that feel true? and I know in your kind of direct experience of it, it's just playing out, but does it feel like it's something that's true, or does it feel like something that's been playing out, that a role has been played? And to protect yourself like you would a mother that would let no harm come to her child. Would life work that way? Would a mother, if you were a mother, if life was a mother, would it be fair? Would it protect you in a way by wanting to give you a good thing to take it away? This seems more like the kind of classical Jehovah figure. You know, one hand he gives, the other hand he takes away. Whereas think of it like a mother, that a mother would never do that, and this creation would never do that. That's not how it works. So I would work with the mother on that. Hope that helps. Max, what habit is no longer needed and should be left behind? Okay. The I. Max, this thinking that things aren't the way they're meant to be, trying to force things. Now let me explain this. The I is that everything is okay? And that everything is as it should be, and that there's kind of like a divine plan, or a plan at least that you can't see, or there's something's going on that you're not necessarily aware of, that even within hardships, there's a bigger thing kind of blossoming. With the kind of caveat that bad things don't happen to you in order for you to grow. It's within the bad thing happening, there's an opportunity to grow. Just again, to go back to the Kabbalion stuff, that's not helpful. So it's kind of the habit that needs to let go is to let going of the notion of what the I represents, being that, I would suggest, but this is me kind of knowing a bit about you, so that you'll have to work this out for yourself, being either you're around thinking that things happen for a reason and that you've no control over it, and that you just have to surrender yourself to these things, or feeling that things don't happen for a reason and that you need to take control of it. So it's something around providence, it's something around kind of something around predestination, that you have to decide whether it's true or not. And so you will know what that habit is for you, rather than for me saying it. But it's around surrender, allowing things to happen, or forcing things to happen. Only you can decide. I would say, given what I know about your story a bit, and the kind of the parallels between mine and your kind of thing that has come up, that it's around letting things go. But you'll know. Spirit. Will my husband get the finance director position? So that's going to be a yes or no, I would say. So let's see. Positive card, mostly positive card is a yes. Mostly negative card is a no. The contemplator. That would be a fairly neutral card, right? So, and being it's about contemplation. So it's undecided. It hasn't been decided yet. That whatever has to happen and whatever decision has to be made has not been made, and it could go either way. Not very helpful, but that's what came out. Yeah, it's undecided. Diana, any unexpected change in my near future? Brackets, this spring. It's the third last question. Not really much going on this month. People must be happy enough with their destinies and their life and what's going on. Not being inquisitive, not needing to know things. That's a good sign, isn't it? Okay, Diana, what's going to happen? Let's reorientate myself to the question. Any unexpected change in my near future? Brackets, this spring. The opposer. Yeah, so that would suggest that some oppositional energy is going to come in there. It's hard to gauge how much, but it's unexpected. So unexpected opposition of something. Definitely outside, not something you have control of, and not something that, it's not like an internal demon or a belief or something that you have to work with. It's going to be literally, it can be red tape, it can be people, it can be laws, it can be, say you want to buy a house. It could be oppositional from solicitors, lawyers, that kind of thing, forms going missing, things getting held up. That an oppositional force, unexpected oppositional force. But you're the person for this. you'll be able to oppose it. Sometimes with opposition you just have to ride it out. Other times you have to fight it. And other times you just have to let it win. So just be aware, is it worth the fight? And if it is worth the fight, fight it. And fighting it sometimes can be appeasing it though, because you just have to work out what's the ultimate thing you want out of it. Tim, will I be happy in my new home? Thanks for doing these, mate. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great, Tim. I really do. Oh, the card immediately jumping out for you there, Tim. The monk. Haha. Will you be happy in your new home? You will find silence, refuge, decluttering, a return to yourself, a return to what is real, or what was there before. A return to yourself, a return to solidity, but definitely around silence, solitude, sanctuary, that kind of thing. It's like the monk going on a retreat to find himself and finding himself, all that kind of, yeah. So yes, I would say that you're going to find yourself as you were in your new home. That there's kind of a return to something. Yeah, so good luck with that. That sounds fun. I would like that. Although, of course, if you don't want silence and you don't want decluttering and all that, if you want a party house, then probably it's not going to be fun. So that's me again, kind of putting my own thing on it. I would like to return to silence. You might not. You might want to return to a frat house or something. So it's up to you to decide whether the monk is a good card. It feels positive though. The last question is from Craig, or Craig, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And it came in after I printed the stuff out. And it was just what servant do I need to look at for February. And there you go, man. Jumped out. The Protector. Protect yourself from unwanted energies, unwanted thoughts, unwanted situations, or just a general look after yourself. Sometimes the Protector can signify. So yeah, as I said, not too many. Did we even make 10 minutes? We made 12 minutes. That's kind of a half respectable video. So yeah, goodbye from Omeat. It's spelt O-M-E-A-T-H. So loads of meat. But it's mostly pronounced in the area I'm from, Omead. O-M-E-A-D kind of thing. So I'm not sure actually offhand what the actual Irish is for it. I know it's one of those things, as soon as I see it, I go, of course that's what it is. But yeah, there's a lovely little stream that's flowing down here too as well. Again, scenery that you can't see. But I actually think, while looking at it again, it may actually just be sewage, a sewage pipe, contaminating this wonderful scenery. So hopefully next time when I'm here, I'll do it way down there, and we'll be able to get to see the lovely pier and the mountain and stuff, and not me in silhouette. But I hope you enjoyed what's behind me now. Over there is Warren Point, incidentally, for people who want to know it, and that's definitely Northern Ireland. And when I was a child, while we have some time, there used to be a ferry that would go across from here, right across, and we went over it. And on the way back, the rudder for the boat broke off. And I was quite young, I'd say I was about 7 or 8. It was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life, in that I thought we were going to go out to sea and never be found again. But there was a lot of worried people on that boat. It was only a small wee boat, like there was probably about 20 people on it. And the guy who was doing it was obviously not, because we'd been on the ferry a couple of times, and it was a new guy, so I thought like probably his worst first day ever. But he was getting the rudder and it snapped, and he was trying to hammer it back in, whatever. But we did survive, as I can tell by that I'm here all those years later, whatever it is, 35 years odd later. I survived that slight nightmare that was the rudderless boat. Warren Point with me. Anyway, I also, when I was in the Sea Scouts, camped up there at one point. Yeah, you don't care. Anyway, good people of the internet, may you have a wonderful week. And if you do want in on these one card readings, just go over to Patreon. Any level gets in on these things. I think there's some slots of the $1 left, which may or may not be around for much longer, because Patreon is changing up things yet again. So who knows? But for the moment, if you want in on it, get on at any level. And then once a month we do these, as well as we do the question and answers. You get to see a lot of the deck that I'm doing with Duncan Barford. I have a lot of the artwork up there now as well. We're doing well. We've about 10 of the cards out of the 26 cards done now. And yeah, no tasks this week, no tasks next week. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to get something else done to fill the space. That may or may not happen. So good people of the internet, good people of the internet, have a wonderful week. May your best days be... Why can't I speak? May your best days be ahead and be well.